Hey y'all, welcome back to my channel. So, we're surrounded by books. We have a few options when it comes to that, but today we have a book haul. Very excited. I went to McKay's as per usual and got some goodies. I think it's either like 10 or 11 books. I've been going to McKay's more often because there is a chance I won't be able to in a couple of months. So I feel like I need to utilize my close proximity to McKay's while I am here still in North Carolina. So yeah, I'm going there all the time. But what I also like about McKay's is they do the trade-in. So usually I will bring books in, do the trade-in, and usually I do store credit because I'm shopping in there, so it just makes more sense as opposed to getting cash back. And then it just helps make my price go down for the amount of books I get. And my trade-in was almost $40 today. It was like $39 and some cents. It was very close to 40. They took all of my books. They usually always do, like they've never turned away any of the books. So that's pretty good. That always makes me excited. And I think I only paid like $60 out of pocket. I got a lot of special editions. I got signed editions. So good. And I got some books for as cheap as $4. We love to see it. Also, look at my sweater. I have such a little cozy vibe going on. We love it. We love it. Okay, we're going to start with my paperbacks first because I don't have that many of them. And then we're going to go into hardcover. Some of these are standalone. Some of these are part of series. And then I think some of these are also part of series like that I've already started as well. I'm trying to think. So let's begin. First up, we have Be Mine Forever by Kennedy Ryan. I have started this series. I got the first book when I was in New York, read it, loved it. I mean, I love Kennedy Ryan, period. I even met her and got her to sign my books. But talking about signed books, this one was signed. A signed Kennedy Ryan book for $4. Paperback, really good condition. Yeah, and it's on my list. How beautiful is that? I don't know which book this is. So this is Be Mine Forever. I don't know if this is the last book in the series. I think it is. This is the Bennett series. I've read book 1. There's 4 books, but I do think this is the last book in the series. So we're not gonna read it because if I'm correct, I think the first 2 books in the series go together and the last 2 books go together, but it's one of those interconnected standalone series. So things from books 1 and 2 would be mentioned and 3 and 4. And I don't know how much that's gonna affect it. So we're not gonna read the back of it, but I've really enjoyed the first one. So I've been wanting to continue the series. It also gives a sneak peek of This Could Be Us, but this has a total of 339 pages. The original price for this book was $16.99 and I got it for $4. Let's keep it pushing. Then we have Loving You Always by Kennedy Ryan, of course. And wait for it. Oh. Signed. At this point now I have 5 signed Kennedy Ryan books. Or yeah, I think 5. Look at that. Again, this is part of the series. I don't know which book this one is. Let's see. So okay, so Be Mine Forever might be book 2. The order changes when I open the book. So I don't know which one this is, but I will be reading it. That's what I know. And this one looks a little bit thinner than the last book. Yeah, it has a total count of 246 pages. The original price being $16.99, $4. Love to see it. And continuing, next we have Princess of Souls by Alexandra Christo. And this is a Fairy Loot exclusive edition. So it has the sprayed edges, a different cover, and it's also signed by the author. And actually the last time I went to MacKay's, I saw this book and wanted to get it, but the copy was damaged. So when I saw another copy this time around, I had to grab it in good condition. And also look at this map, so cute. But this author, Alexandra Christo, she also wrote To Kill a Kingdom, which is one of my favorite inspired Little Mermaid retellings. It's so good. And she was also an author when I started reading again. She was one of the first authors that I started getting into, because I read a lot of fantasy when I started reading again. And yeah, she does fantasy. So very happy to have this edition, because based off of To Kill a Kingdom, I really enjoyed her writing, so I have high hopes for this one. A girl cursed for eternity, a boy on a quest for vengeance. There are many who believe they can cheat death. When they fail, I take their souls. Every single one. Celestra is heir to a powerful magic, locked away in a tower by a cruel king. Her destiny is to foretell death and harvest doomed souls to feed his immortality. Nox is a soldier who has spent years plotting vengeance on the crown. Now he's determined to steal the king's immortality and kill the entirety of his court, starting with Celestra. But when Celestra and Nox's futures become intertwined and death seeks both their souls, they're forced to put their trust in each other. Can they work together to escape their dark fate? A brand new adventure in the breathtaking fantasy world of TikTok sensation To Kill a Kingdom. So it's saying a brand new adventure in a breathtaking fantasy world. Maybe it's still set in the same world of To Kill a Kingdom. I don't know. But I'm here for it. It seems like it's a little thick, not too much, but it's giving enemies to lovers, I think, because Nox is on the mission to kill Celestra. I mean, like, start killing with her and then kill some other people, but then they seem to need each other because now death is going to seek both of them out, which is crazy because Celestra is the one who foretells death and harvests the souls. So intriguing. But yeah, very, very excited to have this one and to see where this goes. This has a total of 401 pages. I don't know what the original price is since it's a Fairy Loot exclusive edition, so I'm gonna have to look into that, but I got it for $6. I have mentioned on my channel before about some exclusive editions. There's like Fairy Loot, Owl Crate, trying to think of another one, but I'm blanking. But with them, they're like subscription boxes that people can get, and every month it's a new book. Sometimes it's a book and extra goodies. Sometimes it's just the book, different subscriptions. You'll get different things. But the waiting list for some of these subscription boxes are insane. And then there's sometimes where I think you only have a certain amount of skips per year. And sometimes you don't know always in advance what the book is going to be that month or whatever. So I don't do that, but I somehow still seem to find exclusive editions. So that makes me happy. And I never have to pay full price for them. So yes. Next, we have Lights Out by Nessa Allen. So I have been wanting this book. It is a series, a little bit of a thick boy. There's 2 books out. I think book 3 is on the way, or book 3 might be out. I don't know. And I'm pretty sure this is also an interconnected standalone series where it obviously would be best if you read them in order, but you can also read them out of order. And I was excited to see they had a couple of copies of this book there today, and I tried to pick the best edition. I've said this before, I don't mind buying a used book, but I still like it to be in good, condition. So, a dark romance like you've never seen before. Can you handle the ride? I want someone with a soul as black as night, someone who would burn the world down for me and not lose a single minute of sleep over it. Trauma nurse Ali Capulucci, I don't know if I said that right, doesn't need any more kinks. She likes the one she's landed on just fine. To her, nothing could top the masked man she follows online. She fantasizes about one man in particular hunting her down, but she never would have guessed that one drunken text could make those dreams into reality. I want things most people don't, craving darkness and depravity instead of light and love. Josh Hammond has spent his life avoiding the limelight, but his online persona is another story. At night, he posts mass thirst traps for his millions of fans, but one follower has caught his eye, Allie. Together, Allie and Josh live out their darkest fantasies, unaware that Allie has captured the attention of someone with far more sinister intentions. As Josh turned from predator to protector, he must ask himself how far he'll go for the woman he's obsessed with. So it's obviously giving mass dark romance. I'm pretty sure there's probably also like trigger warnings in this book. Let me see. Sometimes they do that. I usually don't read them because I'm just ready to start the story. But if you need to read them. Yeah, so it has a page of trigger warnings. So check that before you get into it because it might not be something you're into. But I am a dark romance girly. I have some books back there that are dark romance. My shelf is all over the place. I always reorganize every now and then. But yeah, I've heard such great things about this book in particular and the second one, but everyone is saying the first book is so good. So I'm very excited to finally have it and read it. And like I said, it's kind of big. It's bigger than I expected. It has a total of 400 pages. The original price was $19 and I got it for $8.50. Next, and also my last paperback is Caught Up by Nessa Allen. So yes, I was lucky enough to find the second book in the series as well. They had a few They had a few copies of book 1 and 2, more of book 1. Of course, I went searching to find the best one, and I was very excited to find both of these books because again, everyone is talking about this series. I think I mentioned this, I can't remember, but it's an interconnected standalone series, so I will be reading the back of this one because it's a different couple. I want this woman, and I'm a man who always gets what he wants. Nico Jr. Trochi knows Lauren Marchetti is off limits. Men like him don't get to have women like her. It's why he pushed her away in high school and still keeps his distance. But Junior follows Lauren online, and now that the shy, bookish girl he remembers is gone, he can't stop obsessing over the strikingly beautiful woman who has taken her place. He's ruthless, a walking red flag. Good thing red is my favorite color. Lauren Lowe Marchetti knows Junior is dangerous. He broke her heart once, and she won't let him do it again. But as their flirtatious encounters escalate, Lauren starts to remember why she fell for the brooding anti-hero all those years ago. As old obstacles resurface, Junior and Lauren are forced to face their true feelings for each other and decide just how far they're willing to go for a second chance at love. So this is a second chance romance and a dark romance. I'm usually iffy about second chance romances only because I have read some where there was no reason to have a second chance. Y'all shouldn't have been together the first time. You shouldn't have gotten back together the second time around. But I have read second chance romances where it was deserved. It was like right person, wrong time. And we had time to grow and that makes sense for a second chance. So sometimes those make me a little iffy, and that's probably why people like the first one better than this one. Again, I've heard good reviews about this one, but everyone's saying book 1 is the best book in the series so far. But we shall see. I'm here for it. Let's see. Our page count is 334 pages. The original price is $19.99 and I got it for $10. Next, we're gonna move on to my hardcover books. First up is Jade, A Fire of Gold by June Klee Tan. I don't know if I said that right, but look how pretty this book is. So I have heard about this book before, but I feel like I've just never seen it in person. Here's our gold foiling. And then it is signed by the author as well. And the dust jacket is in fact reversible. That was such a good find. And I found this like last minute, like as I was about to go at the store. And I've also said this, when I shop at McKay's, I shop for an hour to an hour and a half, because you have to go up and down the shelves up and down the aisles multiple times, but also up and down the shelves, because there's so many books and you could miss them. You really have to be searching. You have to search. And then also when I do the trade-in, I have to wait until my books have been assessed to see how much I'm gonna get. So I find good stuff, needless to say. Her Destiny, His Revenge. An is no one. Found as a child, she has no memory of her past, only a dark secret, magical powers that would mean her imprisonment if they were discovered. But when An's secret is accidentally exposed, she is sent to the Imperial Palace to await her fate. Altan's real name was once known throughout the Shi Empire. I don't know if it's Shi or Shai, so sorry for that. When his family was murdered and his birthright hijacked, he lost everything. Now with a new name and vengeance on his mind, he intends to gain it all back, even if it means entangling his very soul with dark and dangerous magic from which he might never escape. When Altan encounters An and her mysterious abilities, he sees in her a path to reclaiming the throne. Their tenuous alliance is on the verge of becoming something more. When the depth of An's dark powers are awakened, and the two realize restoring the Empire might come at a far deadlier price than they could have ever imagined. So obviously they're teaming up to both accomplish something. They both have their own things, but it seems like they're gonna need each other. So we're going on this journey together. And then it also seems like they start becoming something more. So as they're on this journey to accomplishing what they want, feelings come into play, but then it seems like there's going to be a very steep price to pay. I don't know who's going to pay it. I'm also not sure if this is a standalone or a series. I haven't figured that out yet, but it is a pretty thick book, to say the least. So everything might become concluded at the end of this book. I don't know. It has a total of 449 pages. The original price for this book, where is it, was $17.99 and I got it for $8. Next up, we have The Ones We Burn by Rebecca Mix. Look at her. This is, of course, another special edition book. This came from Fairy Lou, so I am going to have to look for the price online. But when you open it, it comes with the signature. So it's a sticker, so you can stick it on the page. And then some character art. And then a message from the author to the reader. Okay, it's saying The Ones We Burn is not a gentle book, but it is, I think, a hopeful one. Okay, love it. But I'm not gonna read all of this online, so you can like pause it to read yourself. But that is in the book when you open it. The dust jacket is reversible. So cool. And you have this gold foiling on the hardcover. And then the end pages have art as well. Such a pretty book. Yeah, this was a really good find. This was another one. I was stumbling through the fantasy section and found this one. So, very happy to have it. Put this back. Okay. As beautiful as it is fierce. Renka is tired of death. Now she just wants to be left alone, living out her days in the wild north with the coven that raised her, attempting to forget the horrors of her past. But when she is named Bloodwind, the next treaty bride to the human kingdom of Isoldal, her coven sends her south with a single directive: kill the prince. Easy enough for a blood witch whose magic compels her to kill. Except the prince is gentle, kind, and terrified of her. He doesn't want to marry Renka. He doesn't want to be king at all. And it's his sister, the wickedly smart, infuriatingly beautiful princess Aramis, who seems to be the real threat. But when the witches start turning up dead, murdered by a magical plague, Aramis makes Renka an offer. Help her develop a cure, and in return, she'll teach Renka to contain her deadly magic. As the coup draws nearer and the plague spreads, Renka is forced to question everything she thought she knew about her power, her past, and who she's meant to fight for. Soon, she will have to decide between the coven that raised her and the princess who sees beyond the monster they shaped her to be. But as the bodies pile up, a monster may be exactly what they need. Okay, love it. I kind of love that the prince is scared of her. I feel like we need to start doing more books where the female main character is that girl. She is a baddie and people fear for their lives when they come into contact with her. That's how it should be. I also want to know like what's going on with her past, like why the coven has raised her to be some type of monster killer, but then the princess Aramis is like, actually, I can teach you how to kind of work with this magic. But that makes me think, like, why hasn't the coven taught her to do that if, you know, that's possible? It seems a bit shady. But also, like, who's killing the witches? That's questionable as well. So it seems like it's going to be a good read. I'm here for it. We love to see it. It has a total of, let's see, 460 pages. I will have to look up what the original price is, but I got it for $9.95. Next, we have Star Daughter by Shveta Thakrar. I don't know if I said that right. If this looks familiar, it's because I do have a copy of it, a regular copy, but this is a special edition copy. And I've said this before, I will say it 1,000 times. If there is a book you like and it comes in multiple editions, I feel you should do that if it makes you happy. Just like you would do if you find a top or a pair of jeans you like, you buy multiple of them. So here we have it. And with this one, it's actually, hold on if I can get to the page, just because I want to show. It's a signed first edition printed exclusively for Owl Crate. So this is the Owl Crate edition of the book with the purple edges. And the cover is the same, I'm pretty sure, as the other one, but the colors are different. And because I've already talked about this book on my channel before, I'm not going to do it again. I will like put the video where I first spoke about this book so I can see it. But I'm so happy to have this one. It's stunning and it's a good read. And this is also a standalone, so take note. The page count is 435 pages. I will have to find the price since it's Owl Crate edition, but I got it for $8. I think we have 3 more books. Next we have If I Have to Be Haunted by Miranda Sun. If you can't tell, this is a pretty edition. Yeah, it's a Fairy Loot exclusive edition that I found on display. I also forgot to mention, I went to McKay's right when they opened. They open at 9 o'clock. I was there. I like to go when they first open because I feel like I get first pick. So this is the hardcover itself. Pretty, bright. Love that. Also, the end pages. And then a message from the author. And it is signed by the author. And a reversible dust jacket. Yeah, love to see it. I've never heard of this book before, but it was so pretty and it intrigued me. So I was like, let's see what it's about. And again, I feel like when you find these special editions in the wild, you need to get them. I don't really question that when it happens to me. On the back it says, I'll haunt you for the rest of your life. You wouldn't dare. Try me. Kara's just trying to stay on top of all her classes, excel at her extracurriculars, and prepare for college, which means not speaking to the dead, an ability she inherited from her grandmother. Ghosts are trouble, and Kara doesn't need to add their problems to her own. But when she stumbles upon the body of Zach, the super popular but very newly dead high school golden boy in the woods, and guess what? He wants her to resurrect him. Cue trouble. Miranda Sun's debut touches on the power of conflicts of mother-daughter love, first romance, and finding your place in the world while honoring your culture. Full of heart, humor, and thrills, If I Have to Be Haunted would put a spell on you. I'm all for it. One, let's talk about how she can talk to the dead, and that's like a family thing you can inherit. I wonder if they're talking about conflicts in mother-daughter relationships. I wonder if the mom has the ability and just doesn't connect with the daughter on that level about that ability, or maybe the mom didn't inherit the ability and it skipped a generation, so Kara could be closer to her grandma and not her mom. I wonder about that. And I wonder if she's actually going to be able to resurrect Zach. I mean, it's talking about I'll haunt you forever, and in order to do that, you need to be a ghost. But I don't know, maybe he's haunting her because he's back from the dead. So it'll be interesting to see how that plays out. And it seems like a semi kind of quick read going on, and it's a standalone. So I'm here for it. Let's see. It has, okay, this is so... It has 360 pages. I don't know the original price, but I will have it for you. But I got it for $14. Love it. Next, I have Spectacular by Stephanie Garber. And it's a Barnes & Noble's exclusive edition. Usually, you can't get Barnes & Noble's exclusive editions unless you go to Barnes & Noble's. I found a few at McKay's, and it's so nice because sometimes I want them, I just don't want to pay full price because it's low-key outlandish. And that's what happened with this one. I've wanted this book for a very long time, but I just did not want to pay the full price because look how thin this book is. So I was happy. I snatched it right up when I saw it. And this, you have to read the Carvel series first because all the characters from there are going to be mentioned. It says, you know, the holiday novella Carvel edition, which I have read them all. I really enjoyed the Carvel series. Look at this hardcover, and then her end pages. There's also a spin-off. One of the characters that is mentioned in Carvel gets his own series, and I do have book 1. I have to start it. I think this is also cute because it gives you the opportunity to write your name or put like a stamp that it belongs to you. And I was trying to do like, it has illustrations like this throughout the book, which I think is pretty cute. And it's perfect because the holiday season is here. Like, look how pretty that is. So yeah, if you haven't read the Caraval series, I don't know how much is going to be spoiled in this book. So just do with that what you will. If you want to skip past this or listen to it, you can. But yes. Snowflakes are falling, invitations are arriving, holiday magic is swirling. It's Great Holiday Eve. Scarlet Dragna is planning a spectacular holiday celebration for the city. Donatella is searching for the perfect gift. Julian is looking ridiculously handsome and green. And Legend, well, sadly, Legend is not fond of the Great Holiday. Tella is hoping her perfect gift will change his mind. Unfortunately, she hasn't found the perfect gift just yet. But it is Great Holiday Eve. Surely there's some holiday magic swirling around. Set after Stephanie Garber's #1 New York Times bestselling Caraval series, this delightful novella will take readers on the ultimate holiday adventure full of clockwork boys, poison candy, impish snow globes, merriment, and if Tella gets her way, love. Gorgeously illustrated by Rosie Fulwinkle, Spectacular is the perfect book for collectors, readers, dreamers, and lovers of holiday magic. So, I mean, it's literally a holiday novella of characters from the Caraval series. Again, I've enjoyed Caraval, like it's one of my favorite fantasy reads. So I, of course, wanted this book to continue to read about the characters. This book has a total of 219 pages. The original price was $20.99 and I got it for $14. Our last book, very excited about this one, is The Davenports More Than This. It's book 2. I have been wanting this book for so long, but I feel like I just never have seen it in person, and when I saw it, I immediately snatched it up. So the first book is, let me see if there's a picture of it. The Davenports is the first book. It's also in yellow. Kind of the best way to describe it is Bridgerton, but with a Black wealthy family. And it's a bunch of sisters and you're following their story, essentially. Sisters and like best friends, and that's the vibe. And I really enjoyed the first book. It kind of leaves you on a bit of a cliffhanger. Book 2 is here. I can finally continue. I don't know if it's only 2 books in the series or if there will be more, but just know I will have them all. Like the blazing Chicago sun, the drama is heating up for the Davenports and their social set. Before the summer of 1910 drops its last petal, the lives and loves of these 4 young women will change in ways they never could have imagined. Newly engaged Ruby Tremaine is eager planning her wedding to the love of her life when a nasty rumor threatens her reputation and her marriage. Olivia Davenport has committed to the social justice cause and secretly hopes she'll be reunited with dashing lawyer Washington Dwight until her parents decide she's to marry someone else. Amy Rose Shepherd is making her lifelong wish of owning a salon come true. But when an incident forces her to return to Freeport Manor, she's back in the path of John Davenport, who still holds her heart. Helen Davenport is determined to get over her own heartbreak and bring the Davenport Carriage Company into the new century, even if it means teaming up with a thrill-seeking race car driver who just loves to get under her skin. Inspired by the real-life story of the entrepreneurial Patterson family, More Than This is the second book in the critically adored Davenport series, following 4 empowered and passionate young Black women as they navigate a rapidly changing society and discover the courage to steer their own paths in life and love. And so I mentioned the sisters. There are male Davenports, but we're focusing on the women in this book and their stories. So I'm assuming, this is picking up where book 1 left off, but it's sounds like it's a little bit juicier than book one. I mean, like, there's this rumor about Ruby, which I would like to know. Oh yeah, and Olivia and Washington, I need things to work out for them because it was getting a little complicated in book one. And then Amy Rose, her and John Davenport, that's been a thing. Because if I recall correctly, Amy worked in the Davenport household, but like they didn't treat her terribly. So she is close with the ladies of the Davenport house, and her and John have a little thing going on, but it's never official. And then we're talking about Helen and this race car driver, so that makes me excited to see how that comes into play and what race car driving was looking like in 1910, because I don't know, but I'm here for it. Always here for it. The total amount of pages was 379. The original price for this book is $19.99, and I got it for $10. So that is my last book in this haul. Love it, love it, love it. As always, it was such a wonderful trip to McKay's. I love that place. I love everything about that place. And I found a lot of books that were on my TBR that I really, really wanted, and some new books that I'm interested to start reading and to see what happens. But, you know, as always, I'll see y'all in the next video, whatever that's gonna be. But if you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. If you would like to see more, please hit the subscribe button down below. Peace and blessings, my loves.